Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy May Day. All right, so before I read this speech, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Glad to see so many new faces. Welcome to our comrades here from France and all over the planet, all over the country. Glad everybody could be here on May 1st, International May Day. Yeah, because there's some feedback. This is a statement from the RevComs. To everyone who refuses to live the way things have been, living in the dread of the shadow of the potential for nuclear war. This, on top of the destruction of the environment upon which all life depends. Either of these could lead to the end of humanity. Everyone who is sick and tired of so many people being treated as less than human. Everyone who senses that things in this deeply divided country are coming to a head. Today, we the RevComs put before the world our determination, our scientific understanding. There is an urgent need. There is the basis and possibility to prepare now for a real revolution, to overthrow this system of capitalism imperialism that is the source of the existential threat to humanity and all the madness that people here and around the world suffer. We declare today, with the publication of We Are the RevComs, that we are determined. Make sure you get a copy or one of these from our organizing table over there just behind the tent. Make sure you don't leave without one. We are the RevComs and we are determined to prepare the people and organize the forces for a real revolution that must finally lead in defeating the violent enforcers of this system. That we aim for nothing less than abolishing this system with its oppressive institutions and its governing U.S. Constitution. And we aim to establish a far better system based on the Constitution for a new socialist republic in North America, written by Bob Avakian, B.A. This would provide the means to bring into being a society free of all slavery, all exploitation, and an oppression based on class, race, sex, gender, all relations in which one part of humanity is subordinate and dominated by others. This is real, it is possible. And we are determined to put revolution on the map this year, beginning today. We call on you to be part of this emancipating revolution. Does it stick in your throat when blowhards ovate about liberty and justice for all, when the lie of this is all around you? Do you simmer with rage when you think about the millions who took to the streets against police brutality and murder in 2020, only to see police murder reach record numbers since, and with the insult added to injury with Biden and Kamala Harris, who took a knee then, and then going on to fund the Klan in blue? Do you ache from the false promises and honeyed words of the Democrats and so-called progressives about women's rights to abortion and LGBTQ rights? As these get stripped away at an accelerated pace, when the Dems play the same old game of vote for us, don't raise up in the streets and struggle, do you bury your outrage at the treatment of immigrants under Trump, only to see more of the same under Biden? Do you despair that for all the talk of green this and green that, the rulers of this system are drilling for oil in the Arctic? Do you avert your eyes at the hardening of the fascist movement and its control of the courts, state houses, and half of Congress, while the Democrats have no answers. Do you shudder at politicians and pundits talk of peace while ratcheting up war? When you think about any or all of this, do you turn away because it seems like there is no alternative? No way out of the horrors that go on and on and on? There is a way out, a way forward. It's a hard road, but it's the only road to the emancipation of all of humanity. The proclamation, "We are the RevComs," says, basing ourselves on the scientific method and approach of the new communism brought forward by the revolutionary leader Bob Avakian, we RevComs have the clear understanding that this system of capitalism imperialism is the source of all the outrages and madness that people are subjected to here and all over the world. And it is long past time for this system to be swept off the face of the earth. This requires a real revolution, not playing around with a few changes that leave this system in power. A revolution requires a force of millions, organized to go all out for when the conditions are ripe for such a struggle. That time could be soon. That time is what we prepare for today. A revolution is not always possible in a country like this. This is a rare time when it could be. Why it is so is spoken to, and we are the RevComs, and in writings of Bob Avakian. The capitalist imperialists who rule over us in this country are deeply divided in a way that they haven't been since the Civil War in the 1960s. And the country is being ripped apart, with one section, the Republican Party, aggressively moving toward an outright fascist form of rule, while the other, the Democrats, are fighting over the horrific way things have been. They cannot resolve these deep divisions and hold the country together on the basis of the normal way this system has operated. And in any case, that normal way is full of oppression, destruction, and a real danger of wiping out humanity. Today, humanity stands on the narrow, shaky precipice, with winds gathering forces, blowing hard toward a world war between the rulers of this country and Russia and China. All three are capitalist, imperialist countries, driven by the expand or die, by this dog-eat-dog system. Big gangsters, brandishing their nuclear weapons, with the capacity to destroy human life as we know it. This is why, this May Day, we raise the demands. No U.S.-NATO war with Russia. Stop U.S. threats against China. No World War III. It's this system and not humanity that needs to become extinct. Russian and U.S. imperialists went up each other in a proxy war in Ukraine, and the U.S. and China exchange threats and conduct provocative war games. These rulers risk a game-ending nuclear war. At the same time, they condemn the earth and human life on it by failing to act in the short time that we might have to stop the destruction of the environment. Bob Avakian has said, we can no longer afford to allow these imperialists to dominate the world and determine the destiny of humanity. The Constitution for a new socialist republic in North America will completely transform how the new country relates to the rest of the world, renouncing and destroying the former U.S.'s nuclear and other weapons of mass destruction, dismantling its military bases around the world. A new society is not out to dominate other nations, but to further the revolutionary struggle to emancipate all of humanity. And an economy of the new society requires protecting and repairing the environment. This is the Constitution and the new society we need. It's time to bury the U.S. Constitution, a document written by and fundamentally serving the interests of slave-owning and capitalist exploiters. From the founding of this country down to today, we face two futures. The world is heading towards something terrible, but precisely because it is, there is the possibility of wrenching a truly emancipating future through an actual revolution. The future we get depends to a great extent on what we do, and that we includes you. Today, we put our foot on the accelerator for revolution. We have to wage a fierce and tireless struggle to break people out of the ways that they have been thinking and shrinking from the reality we face, or getting into bullshit that just keeps the mess that we're in going. It is time to stop being played by this system and playing by this system's games. Listening to politicians, preachers, celebrities, social movement hustlers looking to get their piece of the pie. Enticing you to play their game of doing good for others while doing good for themselves, which is not a game and is only good for keeping the oppressive system going. It's time to cut all the excuses and the vengeful blame game, sniping at, ranking, and setting in identities against each other, canceling or even killing each other over a little piece of the pie that was looted from the people of the world. All that is, as Bob Avakian has said, is all played out. It's time to get serious. You want to keep it real? Revolution is real. We have the leadership, the method, the strategy on how to make this real. A revolution requires extraordinary scientific leadership, and we have that in Bob Avakian, B.A., who has charted a roadmap, the mission and the blueprint for a future society I've spoken to today. This is a leader to get to know. So let's go. There's a whole other way we could be living. How do we do this? Well, one, we start today, and over the next few months, we creatively get the proclamation, we are the RevComs, out everywhere, on the walls, distributed wherever masses of people are gathering, and online. We disturb the air. We shake the status quo. We engage and we struggle with people all over. 2, we watch the Bob Avakian interviews on the Revolution Nothing Less show on YouTube at the RevComs. This past fall, BA did a series of 3 interviews on the Revolution Nothing Less show, where you experience the sweep of his vision, his heart, and his belief that through struggle people can change themselves and the world. And his sharp scientific method and approach enabling us to tackle the difficult problems of making revolution in this country. And then making that revolution serve the emancipation of humanity throughout the world. 3, get with the Revolution Club. Find out more from the club members in these shirts. And you can do that here today. Today, we take to the streets and call on people that now is the time to get organized for a real revolution. And we refuse to accept this system's future. A better world without oppression and exploitation is possible. Thank you.